Good morning and God bless. Welcome to another episode of Blerd Lines Podcast. We have an interesting morning. We got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of movement going on in the background. There's a lot of things happening. Niggas is on CPT time. Niggas staying up all night watching X-Men 97. Nick Perry's going back in his catalog to listen to rap beefs and reminding niggas who people are. G doing uh his excite what is it his deep dive and breaking down the dictionary and doing his thing, and then demigod
Breaking
is
down the dictionary.
and then here's demigod just being drinking.
Listen. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Welcome to the Blerd Lines Podcast. God damn it, on this wonderful Sunday morning. I'm drunk as hell. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say welcome to all my lovely friends, and I appreciate y'all supporting us. Cheers, god damn it.
Lady Gunner, how you feeling?
I feel good. Good morning. Like Sean said, cheers, but mine's is cheers from the last 2 days. Then Tekken had me giving birth last night. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. I heard Eddie was deep stroking your ass last night. Pause. You know, before you even say it, you know he has like a 30 to no, he has a decent combo where you're only pressing circle.
What?
Yeah, that's all the lows and highs, and it'd be like weird lows that launch you in the air and just continue. And it's like,
are you serious?
I'm dead.
This is your first Tekken, right?
No,
I know you played 7 a little bit, but like this is the first time like you're taking Tekken serious.
First time, in rank, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Eddie went up there at Kings. I'm learning how to break their grabs a little bit, but the whole God dang Eddie. Like Eddie is no skill at all at this point. I literally pulled out Eddie just because.
No. Yeah. So the one thing I have to correct you on, it's not that Eddie is no skill at this point. Eddie has never been skilled.
I was gonna say Eddie always been one of them weird ass characters that you could just spam buttons on, from what I can remember in my limited knowledge of Tekken. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you find somebody who's good with Eddie, that's the 1%. Everybody else, I'm just button mashing.
I swear, because I fought an Eddie last night before I went to bed.
Disgusting.
We went 1-1 and then he quit. And I'm like, I know you quitting, bitch, because you know I done figured out that all I need to do is block your lows. That's it. Counter your lows as Eddie, and I got you in the bag, bro. I literally got you. And he wasn't blocking lows either, which I'm starting to, recognize and stuff a little bit more in my career of Tekken, right? But yeah, he wasn't blocking lows. He was only using lows and what is it, the like circle counter hit buttons and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm figuring this out slowly but surely. So by the second match, I won, and I'm waiting for the third. I'm ready. This is a Garyu I'm fighting, Eddie. You feel me? I'm ready to get it cracking again and get my points and shit. Nah, he ran. I'm so mad at that shit, man. I need. Who is it? Bandai Namco, Tekken, whoever who makes Tekken, they need to impose some sort of penalty or something for these motherfuckers that leave during the middle of the match. Well, like, I am tired of experiencing that shit. I really am.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're working on the whole rage quit aspect. I don't know when they're going live with
major update May. Major update has happening in May. I think it's a character balance, but I think there are other things that will be addressed. I think people who quit, I think if there's a trail of it, actually gets punished or banned. But what the hell? What the hell? My entire screen just, what the hell? Got you. I fixed it. 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 Right there. You go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. But there's a lot of things we got to address today. There's a bunch of I'm on my Roger Mayweather today. A lot of niggas don't know shit about boxing. And before we get into that, I want to go ahead and address the elephant in the room because she did binge all that shit. So, Lady Gunner, where are you? Where's your emotions for X-Men 97?
Nah.
We got to start here.
We gonna start it up. We gonna start it up.
Hooking me up with the okie doke, but that was, bruh. I was sitting in my room like, why? No, that had me. Yeah. I went through like 5 emotions in 30 seconds at the end.
Okay, yeah. But wait.
It's funny.
Take us through your episode by episode. You know what I mean? Like episode 1, right?
So episode 1 was kind of cool, interesting. I didn't know what was going on. My friend told me there's like the preview or earlier version on Disney Plus that I could watch. I'll go back and watch that later. I didn't know who the little guy was that they introduced him. So I figured he's gonna be important because he pops up every now and again. Second episode, I can only remember like the last few. Second episode was I don't know. Oh. Weston, they walked in there talking about my X-Men. I was like, hello, what's going on? You're an X-Men. What you got going on around here, sir?
To me, my X-Men.
Right.
So then I think that's the ending of the first one. Second one was
Magneto's court date and Storm action.
Yo, her powers. I was like, please, what is this? What's going on? And she's sitting there crying and stuff. I was like, yo, I had to Google, does she get her powers back? I don't like cliffhangers sometimes, but apparently they don't know. I was like, bruh, y'all do this? What is this? So she don't got her powers right now, so I'm feeling some kind of way about that. Because she is OD. Like, she came in there, I was like, oh, Omega level 3 around here. That's what we doing? Omega. Third episode was, what's third?
Third episode was, what was the third episode? That one was like kind of inconsequential in the grand scheme of things.
No, that third episode was the birth of Nathan Summers.
Oh yeah. So that was the one that kind of took like the horror route, right?
Yes. That's where we met Mr. Sinister again. That's where we met the clone of Jean again.
Bro, that was wild. She told us, and I was like, time out. Why is there 2 Jeans? Why is this man in love with the clone, which is understandable. I mean, she thinks she Jean too, like, and then the little baby, I'm mad because like nobody noticed that clone Jean was going crazy. And Scott, I hate Scott so much, bro. She get mad and he's just like, I don't know who to believe. I don't know what to do. How you gonna be a leader? You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
I mean, it's his defense. He's going through shit. Like, how would you feel if you were dating someone, you got married to them, and then you found out after you had their baby that you might have been dating the clone the entire time? This man doesn't know when the clone came in and Jean came out. He does. That's the thing, and it's not like Jean knows either.
Right.
So it's not like the real Jean Grey can explain to him, hey, you remember that one time that we fought Magneto over in California? Yeah, that was the day I got kidnapped and swapped. Like, even the real Jean Grey does not know when she was swapped, where her memories end, and when the clones began. So, like, I get, hey, yeah, the Sky Summers, he's annoying that, but like, we got to give him some grace on that, man.
That man been saying, I don't know since episode 1. I don't know. Like, bro, I don't know what he want us to do. I don't know. So that was kind of, I think, what was it? I said the third, fourth episode. One of those was kind of cool. Then the clone one was like the only really surprising thing. Then when she started going crazy with her powers, I said, oh no, she OD. This shit, green and blue and purple flames. What's going on around here? But
I like Madeline though.
Right. The Goblin Queen was kind of sexy. Right. I know somebody go cosplay the shit out of that this summer. It's happening.
Oh, absolutely. Jubilee's birthday was episode 4.
Yeah, I think the next
episode was pretty lit.
That was kind of cute. Like, oh, look at this. Like, Jubilee's actually kind of like OD powerful too. She's not as strong as like everybody else right now. But I was her older stuff in the video game. I was like, because why they say the same thing at the same time and did the same little pose? I was like, oh, this your twin. This your twin.
Did you catch the Naruto Easter egg?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't?
So remind me when we get some time. I'll go back and show you. So essentially, if you look at it at the very end of the first half of the episode, because remember how it switches over to Storm story.
At the same time, and then they looked at each other.
Yeah. So it's paying homage to the first time Naruto used the Resin Sharingan and had to like use the shadow clones to kind of
put it together.
Throw the shit at the. Who did he throw at? It was one of those guys that killed Haruka. Not Haruka. What was his name? Asuma. Yeah, he threw that one of the guys. Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool to kind of see. Obviously, X-Men come first, but how modern animation can still influence classic animation. That's essentially, I guess, not classic anymore because it's modern again. But yeah, cool stuff there. And that was episode 4. So obviously now we're at episode 5.
The last episode.
Yes.
So So first of all, I was annoyed that Jean over here kissing Logan. She tells me I don't know my memories. He's like, I drown in memories. It's always Sky. And I'm like, bro, I'm mad at Jean. Just pick one. So that's the clone over here visiting Scott in his head. Jean come out of nowhere and tells him astral projection. That's our thing. And I'm like, so the clone over here visiting this man, but he walking around and saying, I don't know. Man, pick one. You just like Jean. Pick one. Y'all don't belong together at this
baby.
point. Man, y'all don't belong together. Nah, pimp, I don't know. Man, so then that was that. But then when Nathan, I don't know how he got to the past, but that stuff was crazy. She told him your eyes. I was like, bro, what's going on right now? And they don't get us fight. Man, then my girl Roden and broke my man's heart, bro. Came in there, he told me something more shitty. He's talking about Gambit always knows. And she told me, I gotta sit down, I gotta talk. And I'm like, she finna break my man's heart. He all dressed up and everything. Oh, I know I was getting a lady call visit. I'm like, bro, she said, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
It's over, my man Gamby. It's over, Gamby. Came in there, broke the news, so she finna be with the guy, and one thing led to another. I was like, excuses. You know you love this man? Stop it. So then we get to the party. They were having this little float dance party that was kind of like, close your eyes. Gamby walk out. Like,
that was so breezy because she didn't have to do all that shit knowing he was in the room. Like,
right.
And they gonna touch again. When they touched him like this, that man said, I'm out of here. I said, bro, if I was a human, I would have walked up and wink, wink, wink. Don't do that to my man like that. What? How dare you?
See, my thing is, let me stop you for a minute because I feel you. And I think we all have the right to be outraged. But I think that in hindsight, we sleeping on Magneto's Riz-ability.
Right.
He gave her up.
He rizzed the fuck out of her, bro.
He said that you have a penchant for making broken men whole.
Yes.
And whether you choose me whether you choose me or Gambit, like we understand the risk and we willing to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was giving her silly ass up. Like,
and the fact that they could actually have physical touch. Like you gotta understand how big that is for Rogue. You know what I mean? Like she ain't been ever able to touch anybody.
All right, so I'm gonna have to take off my plot helmet for 1 second here because I saw a meme the other day that I thought was like we've all been so immersed in the story that we all probably slip past this and this made perfect fucking sense. Why don't the X-Men take one of the power dampening necklaces and give it to Rogue so that she can put it on when she wants to, so that she does not hurt people?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can have it, you can wear it at home, and when there's a mission, you can just take it off. Like it fixes her whole entire existence.
But that's modern that's a modern solution. That's a modern solution for a 90s problem. Because you gotta, I mean, first of all, just wearing the collar in general, right? And granted, I'm sure Hank McCoy could retrofit it into an armband or a ring or something along the lines of that to again dampen her powers, because he's worked on ways to cure his mutant genes. So like,
yeah,
I'm absolutely sure that he could do something like that.
I mean,
again, that's
tell
like,
me, because I mean, I just have to say, because if we look back to the original series, and I know that this is cheating, you know, as far as like Lady Gunner goes, like, trust me, Lady Gunner, you don't have to watch the original series. Like, again, I told you on stream, the original series was great for its time. It's really fucking bad in 2024.
It is.
The animation is Saturday cartoons from 1994. And it feels like that in every sense of the word. Like, just go to YouTube, find yourself like a solid 20 to 35 minute video summarizing the story. You don't have to watch the show.
Screen Crush does really well on YouTube.
Yep. Screen Crush. If you want to laugh at the little, was it the dog? Is
the dog.
The little dog. Yeah. If you want to laugh at the little dog, if you want something a little more direct, you can do New Rock Stars. Yeah. There's a bunch of different like summaries out there. But what I was gonna say is like but in terms of Rogue, what I was gonna say is like, even in the original series, there was like the whole thing about how they were advertising, oh, we have the cure, and if you want the cure, come to us, which ended up being like a whole sham by Sinister, Apocalypse, and Mystique.
Yep.
But it's like, we've seen before that she's willing to take a full-blown cure, and thank God she didn't, because she would have ended up being one of the 4 horsemen. But like, we know that she's willing to take the cure, so it's like, come on, plot armor, like, let's give them the happy ending they deserve. Like, give her a power dampening necklace, ring, anklet, something. Give her, you know, Beast can modify it so that she can take it off. Maybe it responds to her fingerprint, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you know, when it's time to battle, she won't be stuck. She can just scan that bitch on her neck, from, you know, her thumb, whatever it is, it comes off. All right, now be ready to throw hands.
Right.
But hey,
I absolutely,
nonetheless, man,
absolutely think that they should have some sort of ring or something like that created for her that she can just throw in her pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw in her blouse or some shit, and then continue the fight. Because Rogue is a very, very, very important character. You know what I mean? Like, to the X-Men. So, because I mean, without her, Nathan wouldn't have been born. Let's be real. That doctor wasn't going to do it. So, like, she's very important. They need her powers as an X-Men. But
I forgot one thing. You continue. I wait.
That's go ahead.
That's our subject. Finish.
Oh, I was just gonna say that, you know what I mean, her wantingness to touch is a big thing, and I think that modern problem is just too good for the 90s. Just too good, Greg.
I feel like they have fixed it, but I feel like it's too late. It's too late, man. Kinda. It's too late to me personally.
So we think Gambit's dead? We're gonna go there?
Do we think Gambit's dead? Oh, I know Gambit's dead.
We know Gambit's dead.
Yeah,
whether or not like Cable shenanigans brings him back or not, I can't say. But we know that nigga dead.
That nigga,
like, he dead.
He's a pack.
Now, I will say, I think Magneto is still alive. Yeah, I know we had talked about that a little bit in Discord the other day, Sean, but I'm fairly sure Magneto is still alive, because if I remember, I think Leech is also an Omega threat mutant.
Ray, you funny.
And then the Megamind, when my thing is, it doesn't make sense story-wise for the Megamind to be battling Magneto this entire time, and then halfway through the battle, it's like, oh, Omega threat detected. Like, doesn't make sense. So in order for Omega Threat to be detected mid-fight, it would have had to be the fact that he was with Leech at that point. So I think that when he said, "Oh, the Omega Threat is neutralized," I'm pretty sure he neutralized not Magneto, but Leech. Rest in peace to the homie Leech.
Maybe he absorbed powers and maybe they like went underground or something.
So no, so Leech has the ability to basically like negate any mutant's power.
Maybe that's what he did. He just think he's dead. Like
the hell, he got blown to smithereens. That nigga got smoked up. He got put in the most premium pack.
I'm saying like they could be underground. They could be underground. It's a possibility because they had that, you know what I mean, magnetic bubble around them, right? That Magneto likes to put up all the time. So, and I'm sure it was in some shape or form enforced, right? Because he was already emotional using the train as a whip, which was godly animation.
Bro,
oh my gosh. He said,
yeah.
Bing! Bing!
They would be avenged. Yeah, but he started whipping up with the
Avatar state. I was upset.
Man. I ain't never seen nobody whip with a chain. Never. Not once. Not once. I ain't never seen nobody whip with a train, bro. What?
Will be avenged.
Oh man, that was fire. If Storm was there, that shit wouldn't happen. She'd have called. Called lightning, thunder. If Storm was there, that shit would not have happened.
Speaking of Storm, what was that little owl demon? What was that? I forgot about that just now.
So
feet on misery. I was like, hello.
So I think they're kind of combining a couple things together. In the comics, as well as in the original animated cartoon, there are times where there's a demonic spirit that takes over Storm. There's been times that Storm's powers have been like viewed as a demon within her. There's also the fact that in Forge's story, he was at war and essentially made a deal with a demon to bring him home safely. And that demon sometimes in the comics has taken the form of like a demonic or a monstrous owl. But with the theory that's going right now is, remember, she steps into that machine and she's like, all right, he's like, all right, your power should work now. And she goes out and tries to use her powers that don't work. She gets upset, she runs off, and then she falls into a ditch and somehow ends right back up at Forge's house. The idea is at this moment, she is actually still in the machine, and everything that she's doing and dealing with at this very moment is actually part of her having visions.
So she's like going through visions right now to get her powers back.
Okay, I knew I wasn't tweaking.
Just changed, but
I knew I wasn't tweaking. That nigga audio was different. I'm like, this entire time I'm sitting here like, is that his headphones or his mic? I couldn't decipher. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I knew Perry. Well, bro, the entire time I'm sitting here fucking with audio like, is this nigga
I
Greg
just fixed
different?
that myself because I just saw. Remember when I adjusted my camera right before we started? My camera microphone actually picked up.
Okay. I see. Okay, cool. I thought I was tripping.
So Ray said it was the Shadow King or the adversary, but you're saying it's just. The theory is right now that it's like a demon or something like that.
Yeah, so the adversary is the demon that Forge makes a deal with. And that's why when you see Forge, he's not freaking out at this giant, weird, mutinous, monstrous owl. The first thing he says is, "Yeah, get out my house, you demon." Right. So it would insinuate that he's familiar with what this thing is. Which would tell us that either A, they are in reality and Forge knows exactly what the fuck is going on, or B, we're in Storm's mind where everyone knows what's going on in her mind except for herself. So we'll see. But because like in the comics, the story gets really fucking weird and they don't have enough time within 10 episodes to explain it all. So I would imagine they're just kind of folding a couple things into each other to kind of fast track it. Because I would imagine by episode 7-ish, Storm is probably going to be back in full effect. if I had to guess. Let me see. Its power is similar to Shadow.
Can we get because I ain't said shit this entire time with X-Men. Can I just say this one thing? Because this entire time,
say it twice.
Yeah,
say it twice.
I know everyone's talking about Storm. I know we're talking about our boy Gambit, and I know we said certain things about Magneto. But one thing we did not say about Magneto: this nigga is dropping bars this entire show, and I'm sitting here he was like terrorist, but yet we allow our politicians to become one. I'm like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, he
I was like, no, he didn't. Then he said, don't have me drop you niggas. Cause I'm like,
that's still my favorite line from him. He said, please don't make me let you down.
That's a bar, bro.
Holding bitches hundreds of feet in the air.
Like,
that's a bar. That's a bar.
I was like, I became a fan because the older I get, I start off as Charles because I was a kid. The older I get, the more I'm like, damn, I'm Magneto, like 100%. Like,
you know what? I said this before. I said this way back when, and niggas looked at me like I'm crazy, and I'm curious to see how y'all feel about this now. I said this back when we was doing NU podcast at Nick's house, and niggas thought I was crazy. I said that the only thing I feel like the live action movies of X-Men ever got right was Magneto.
No, you was right. No, what I looked crazy at you about was literally, what was it? X-Men 3 was bad. And then the portrayal of Phoenix was just god awful.
Oh no, I've never said X-Men.
Okay, but no, Magneto's right.
My thing is, my whole thing with X-Men 3 Final Stand or The Last Stand has always been, it is a terrible X-Men movie. Like, if they were to do something like the DCEU Elseworld and say, hey, we're having a one-off X-Men movie with if shit got really bad with the Phoenix and things went wonky as hell, I think that the movie as a standalone movie, as a what-if scenario, is pretty cool because we get to see a lot of cool shit like Iceman going Omega Threat for the first time versus Pyro. We get to see fucking Magneto lifting up the entire fucking Golden Gate Bridge,
right?
To move it across to the Alcatraz prison. We get to see we get to see the worst ever version of fucking Cyclops obliterated with like off screen.
I love that.
Right. We get to see the Beast go fucking ape shit, and we also get Juggernaut to do I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Shout out to
like as an Easter egg. So as a one off, like if someone didn't know anything about the X-Men and went into that movie not knowing about X-Men, they would think it was a really cool movie.
Yeah,
and arguably, if they didn't know anything about X-Men 1, 2, or 3, and they just had never seen them, never heard of them, most people would argue that X-Men 2 or 3 would be the best film. But attached to the IP, it's fucking terrible.
Okay,
like they could have, like if they would have called that like Superhero Team X, and it was just like its own thing, it would be a good superhero movie. We wouldn't know what the fuck it was, but it would be good.
True, this is true.
Just isn't going to give up, are they?
But that kind of gets into our next topic. We'll kind of get into more of that as we get into good times.
Yes, I have things to say. I have things to say about that shit. But overall, like X-Men 97 is phenomenal. In my opinion, it was one of those shows where I was like, while y'all was talking, I wasn't sitting there watching it or anything. While y'all was talking about, because I was doing other stuff. But I recently this week binge watched it. Definitely felt some type of way. Y'all seen my messages. My boy Gambit did have like the final bar, but we didn't have this on docket. I don't think Lady Gunn or RG have watched it. I think it's only me and Sean, and we could be very brief. I love X-Men 97. Fallout has taken the cake for me overall.
Listen though, how far are you?
I finished it.
You finished it? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I finished it.
I binged it. It's only 8 episodes. Bro. They're like 45 minutes or so.
Oh, okay. But that's still, it just came out what, Friday?
Thursday night.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of TV to watch.
That's how, bro. I swear to God,
watching it at work. and then pretty much finished it night before last. But yeah, I haven't really paid any attention to the Fallout series like at all. It's a game I'll watch other people play, but I haven't taken the time to play myself. And coming into it with that type of mind frame, kind of hearing about it, but never really playing it or, you know what I mean, getting into it. The first episode really grabbed me. It really grabbed me. Yo, I was just like really kind of taken aback. I'm not really gonna spoil it because it's a new series and I know people are still watching it and stuff like that. So
I can't wait to get to the last topic. I just saw something that pissed me off. Please continue.
I guess from what I'm reading online, like the last 2 episodes of the Fallout series, people
they feel some type of way.
Yeah. There's some controversy around the last 2 episodes. I'm not exactly sure why. I have to read into that, but me personally, just outside looking in, casual, like I think it's pretty dope. I really think the series is pretty dope. I didn't have any problems with it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
How did you feel about it, Perry?
Oh, I fucking loved it. Fallout for me, New Vegas is like where I'm at, where I kind of started. But like overall, I think they did a swell job. Those dwellers, as I want to call them,
the vault dwellers,
the dwellers. She made me hate them, all of them, all together. Like
really?
she was such a virgin to like the outside world, but it shows like how oblivious they are, and like the things that they hinted at as far as like the coming of like the nuclear war. Again, this is not spoilers. Like Fallout has been a thing, so like the general understanding of Fallout is the fall of society because of nuclear war. The rich have places to go, while the other people did not.
And which is crazy. Like in reality, that there's been records of the wealthy building underground bunkers,
right?
Like this last like 6 months,
right? So this has been a thing, and so like. And understanding like how certain people are elected for the dwellers, and then like the reality of like the outside world that she faced was really I love that. I just love how honest people are up on top. Like them niggas like, bro, you welcome to the real world. Like your ideals of friendliness and trying to be cool with people does not fucking work out here. It's kill or be killed out here. And I love that. Shout out to the Brotherhood. I thought that shit was hilarious. That there's a lot of good positives out of this. A shout out to the creatures that they designed. Like I think overall, because my expectations for this was like Twisted Metal. Like I'm probably just going to just have some fun. But it surprised me. But I will say this: they have to do New Vegas. No matter what, they have to do New Vegas because.
So, I mean, at the end of the series, you know what I'm saying? No spoilers or anything, but like we don't end up in Vegas. You know what I mean? Like
I know, but they have to do. If you talk about any game of a series and like what is your favorite one or what's the pinnacle one in Fallout, New Vegas is peak Fallout. Like there's no discussion. Like that's peak. Like overall, you can say I really enjoy 3, 2 was cool, or Fallout, whatever this last one is. But New Vegas is peak.
They just remastered 4 for PS5 and Xbox One, too. So I was thinking about checking it. out. I mean, I played Starfield. Maybe I could play some Fallout.
You haven't played? You've never played Fallout 4?
I've never played Fallout. Any of them.
It's hard to believe, but I think Fallout 4 is like 10 years old now.
It's close to it.
Yeah, it came out like 2014 or 15.
What's the newest Fallout? Is the newest one Fallout
76? Technically, yeah, but 76 is kind of like a one-off thing because it's like it's like the MMO Fallout. You know how that goes, like kind of like the same with Final Fantasy 14. It is Final Fantasy, but it is kind of its own thing at the same time.
Okay. So then, what was the most recent real Fallout? Do we know?
4.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
And that's why it was remastered.
November 10th, 2015.
Ooh, yep, damn near 10 years. That's crazy.
Damn.
So I mean, it's an okay series.
Nice.
New Vegas is just it. Like,
yeah, people love
When
it.
did New Vegas come out?
New Vegas came out like it.
Ooh. Well, how did it guess? Maybe like 2000, like 2004.
I think.
I can
yeah.
check. Fallout
2010.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
About 15 years.
Yes. Okay, yeah. What was that? 2010. So it was a
high school for me.
PS3 game.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was a PS2 game. Okay, excuse me. Sorry.
King of like if you know it's a niche game. If you like Bethesda's for one, and like if you want to build your weapons and go through the lore of Fallout, it's I think it's really good. It's one of Bethesda's top games outside of like Morrowind, and like they know their niche and how to make their games, that series, last long good. So like
Starfield was a one-off.
Yeah, Starfield that's redheaded stepchild. Like,
yeah. But I would definitely say, because you do have access to Game Pass, King Oops, try them on Game Pass. I don't know how much experience you have with Bethesda games, but 90% of Bethesda games kind of fall into the same bucket of, while they are wildly different, they all kind of have a similar feel to them. So you will find that you either love them or they're not for you. So definitely check them out on Game Pass where you go and spend money on them.
Yeah, like G is absolutely right, because like it's a Bethesda game. Like it's like it's a Bethesda game. There's a bunch of lore, there's a bunch of conversations. Like either you like Dungeons and Dragons real tough, like, or you like post-apocalyptic environments. Like that's really it. But that's the last positive that I have today. I have nothing positive to say moving forward. I won't smoke. I'm about to give smoke. So G, get the belt. I don't want to talk to G. I don't want to talk to Greg. I want to talk to CEO.
I'll be right back.
Because it's Petty Perry time.
It's Petty Perry
time. I don't want to talk to Sean. I want to talk to the devil god. I want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to Lady Gunner. I want to talk to the Spice Girl. I want the extra spicy. I don't want nothing nice moving forward. We are about to get real in this bitch. I don't want nothing nice. I want niggas to put on sunglasses. I want niggas to pull up. I want shit to get, there you go. Yeah, I want shit to get real. Because I'm done.
Shit.
I'm done. I'm done. We're moving forward. Like, I'm done. Right. Like, this shit getting out of hand. And I ain't even going to get into rap shit right now. I ain't even gonna get into the rap shit right now.
Oh shit!
We'll summon you.
I summon you. What's up, nigga? It's Petty Perry up in this bitch. What's up, CEO? How you living? How you living, bro?
It sounds to me like somebody's dead to me.
Oh man, several niggas is dead. So before
what are we talking about, Petty Perry?
So we gonna start off with some remakes because motherfuckers got shit twisted. We gonna start off with this Good Times, this Netflix shit.
Okay. Let's talk about Good Times. Okay?
Come on, talk to him, man.
I'm gonna give y'all back to self for 1 minute here before I let CEO Gregory Pennyworth go crazy.
Okay.
So 2 days ago, after hearing a bunch of controversy about the Good Times remake, I finally decided to go watch the trailer for myself. And I thought to myself, this ain't Good Times. This is fucking wild. Why is Steph Curry's name on this? What the hell is happening here? And why is Seth MacFarlane involved with this? But then, me being Mr. Sensible, I'm like, I've seen before in games where they're not sure how to market a particular game. So they mismarket it and you play the game and it's wildly different from how it is portrayed in the marketing. Maybe that is what's happening here. I sat down between last night and this morning and watched the first 2 episodes.
CEO, speak to him.
And this is where the problem comes in. Okay. Netflix is dead to me. And the reason Netflix is dead to me is this. Like my counterpart said earlier about the X-Men 3 movie, this piece of fucking garbage is garbage for one particular reason. The unnecessary hunger and need for Hollywood to grasp onto known IP and attach unrelated shit to them is getting completely, totally, utterly out of fucking control.
Thank you.
Like, there is no reason this show should be called Good Times.
What
Like,
is
if
it
y'all
about?
So this is what I'm going to say to you. This is how fucking ridiculous this has everyone on the panel, chat, y'all can chime in as well. Has everyone here seen at least one episode of Good Times?
Several.
I've seen one.
Dynamite.
Yeah, okay. So we've all seen at least one episode of Good Times. The overarching premise of Good Times is during the time essentially of the Black Renaissance, when Black people are trying to get a slice of the pie of the American dream. You have this family of Black people who are simply navigating through the world and loving each other and trying to find a way to make it work. That is what Good Times is. Now, I watched the first episode. Let me explain to you what the first fucking episode of this show is about.
The new Good Times.
First, the new Good Times. Good Times Black Again, I think is what it's called.
Black Again?
Black Again. Yes, they made a terrible black pun on back again. And also, it is inherently written by white people. Like, it has to be written by white people. It has to fucking be written by white people. But anyway.
It was, just to let you know, it was creator Renanda Shepherd. I know I'm butchering
go look at a picture of this unstable creature. Let us know what this motherfucker looks like. But anyway, in the first episode of this crap, of this licensed piece of shit, like you talk about, like, you remember back in the early 2000s when we went to the movies to go see G.I. Joe, and then we went to fucking Hollywood Video and we saw the G.I. Joe video game on the shelf, and we knew it was going to be a piece of shit, but our parents were dumb and they rented it for us anyway, and we took it home and was like, man, this is a piece of shit, and I knew it'd be. And it doesn't have to be G.I. Joe, but you remember the terrors of licensed video games. We all remember that shit. Fucking X-Men, the movie, the game. Spider-Man, the movie, the game. It's like, no, don't buy me Spider-Man, the movie, the game. Buy me fucking Spider-Man 2. That's the shit. We don't want Spider-Man, the movie. We don't want Iron Man, the movie. Those games are fucking terrible. This is essentially that embodied in video games. I mean, and TV shows. The first episode starts off with our main character, the dad, taking a shower while singing the original Good Times theme song to pay homage, because it's the only fucking attachment this show has to the original show is the last name of the characters and the fact that he sings the original theme song in the first episode. That's it. But he's taking a shower with a fucking roach. The roach is his friend. It's his pet. They make references to having roaches and laughing at roaches the entire fucking episode. The overarching premise of the first episode is the main character's youngest son, who is a baby who is still in Pampers, is a fucking drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he engages into a turf war with Baby, as in Birdman, the Baby, as in if you ain't sucking dicks in the parking lot, give me a shout out, and Lil Baby, wah, bitch, I'm the baby. The three of them. He engages in a turf war with them over which baby is going to run Chicago.
They're and people who don't know, they're in the project Cabrini Greens. By the way,
yeah,
the Chicago project.
The name of the school that they go to is Twista Public School. and they make all types of low-key references to Twista's music throughout. Like it's
I can't.
Like it's so
immediate thumbs down. I'm looking at it. Immediate thumbs down.
So this is my thing.
If it was the go ahead, because I'm gonna say my piece.
So this is what grinds me, and I know where you're going. If this was like PJ's the remake, PJ's Black Again, we could see that because PJ's was more so a parody of living in the hood and the struggles of it.
This is making fun of like being in the hood and the struggles of it.
It is inherently making fun of being poor and Black, and like it's to the point like when you look at the show, like you can look at, for instance, like Boondocks. Boondocks absolutely poke fun at the Black experience and the Black community and the culture of Black, but it did it in an intelligent way that made you think. And when we were stupid 15 through 18-year-olds watching the show, we were like, yeah, Riley is funny. Yeah, Riley is that nigga. But when we go back to that as adults and watch that shit, we'd be like, man, Riley is so fucking dumb. Like, why were we not listening to Huey 10 years ago?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was intelligent. The show had something to fucking say. This show is poking at Black people simply for the fact of poking at Black people. And Seth MacFarlane is known for poking fun at people, and I'm not gonna like judge him for that fully. But the thing is, in Family Guy, when they make fun of Black people, they make fun of Mexican people, they make fun of white people, they make fun of Jewish, Chinese, Japanese. Everybody is on the fucking chopping block. This show is literally like, but like this way. Second episode is about their son who is dumb, who is failing the 10th grade for like the 5th time or some shit, who they essentially say that he has focus issues and that he is slow, and prescribe him to suggest that he visits a doctor. The doctor that he goes to visit is Chief Keef, who in the middle of shooting back at people that are doing a drive-by at his house is also in the midst of illegally selling him Adderall. And then he takes the Adderall, he goes to school, and now he makes good grades. Like it's
I hate this show.
Ridiculous. It is so fucking.
Throw it in the trash.
I hated this show with it like I hated it. And what's crazy, shout out to the Anime Academic. He broke it down even further on how disgusting this was. Like he broke it down to he threw up. He told me that he threw up just because of the exploitation of what's going on and the creativeness of the show. He was like, there's no reason why this shit was greenlit. And if he even said it's more disrespectful to attach this shit to the PJs. He said this out his own mouth. And so like, cause I'm like, if you know Good Times, this is disrespectful. Like this has nothing to do with Good Times. If it was just its own parody of some bullshit, then cool. It's just own parody of some bullshit. But it was the comments it was a comment section that was on the interwebs that was trying to validate this shit. And I'm about sick and tired of validating bullshit where it's like, no, have its own identity so we can push that shit to the side. Because the only reason it's being any remotely talked about or paid attention to because it's attached to something that a lot of people cared about and people seen before. Throw that shit its own name. I don't support this shit. Like I watched it, and so I can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not something that anyone should. I don't think anyone should try out. If you want to look at it as its own project and not Good Times, there you go. But this is not it. Like we have to preserve the things that were good in our culture that push our as a collective forward instead of going back and tarnishing it. Like. And I had to sit down and I had to rewatch Bel Air. Bel Air is the only show where I'm like, no, this right here is a better version. Well, it is a more up to date version because Will did what he did. Yeah, like it's a well-rounded because Will knew what he was doing when he was younger. Like he's a young kid from Philly, and we knew Will from being a comedian, but he actually put little snippets of real life in there. With Bel Air, it's the encompass of everything that you'll probably face as a young kid, either coming from the hood that you could face or dealing with successful parents and your parents are not there with Carlton, where you go to things like drugs. Like that, because I went to Cathedral and I seen shit like that. So I was able to be like, oh, damn, I seen that before. So I understand, like, okay. Like, because I seen both sides. I literally understood Bel Air because of my experience going to Cathedral, because they had the east side right there. You had Arlington down the street. You had cats who were from Post who went to Cathedral. Shout out to my boy Larry. And you know what I'm saying? The experience, you've seen the total difference of experience of people, like what they dove into because their parents wasn't there, or people trying to get a better education when they come from certain circumstances. Shout out to my boy Aaron Green, who's providing opportunities for kids in those situations and trying to put his best foot forward for kids in the streets. If anyone can clip that, go ahead. Shout out to my boy Aaron Green. He's doing his thing. Struggle University. Gotta put that out there. He's in the streets. He's advocating, and shout out to Big John, because he's also advocating for the kids in the streets and trying to do better, because it's bad out there in Indy. So I had to push that, y'all. I'm sorry that I had to do the shameless plug, but those are two cats who are really in the streets, really talking to these kids and really trying to make a difference. I'm sorry.
Okay. Very quickly, King Oops, my God. As the resident Disney guy, the Walt Disney's body is not under Disney World or Disneyland. It's not. So what this is, and this is well documented, the Disney parks have underground passages because they are committed. Like when you go to Disney, I don't know if you've ever been to Disney World, but they don't call their employees. They call them staff members or no, cast members. And the reason they call them cast members, because everything at Disney is a part of the show, is a part of the magic. So essentially what happens is when Mickey Mouse is in his costume, we don't want to see Mickey Mouse coming out from backstage where there are lights and curtains and broom closets and shit. Like, no. So what happens is Mickey Mouse will go into a house on the park. That door is locked, but he'll go into a house, and that house usually is going to entail that he'll go downstairs, and there are underground tunnels that take you back to dressing rooms and break rooms and such for the cast members. There's no Disney underground at the parks. I promise you.
It's probably a city under there with gnomes and shit, nigga.
No, they got
Oompa Loompas and shit down there. I bet you they got Oompa Loompas down there.
They might have a door for two under there, you know.
I bet you they got Oompa Loompas down there.
Yeah, but no, Walt Disney's body is not underneath the park. I promise you.
It's probably the passage to the center of the earth.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah,
they would build it right on time. You put things in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? Let me put my cone hat on one time. You just put things in plain sight. You know what I'm saying? You just put it in plain sight. Won't nobody.
He's dead to me.
I muted him. Oh my God. He server muted him. Wow. Yeah. CEO. So anyway, CEO, check this out. Because I've been on some petty Perry shit. All right. So my ass has been quite annoyed, like super annoyed with people validating this bullshit. So like, bro, I've been online. I'm like, you know what? You got it. Bye. I'm telling people, like, you don't even know this is your last time talking to me. So I'm gonna let you get your shit off your chest, and you getting blocked. Like, I ain't fucking dealing with you, bro. Like,
a lot of motherfuckers dead to me,
bro. I'm done. Like, what the fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, I can get like some nigga jokes here and there.
Oh, Perry scared me.
Like you. Like
Lady Gunner,
you can like talk,
don't Lady Gunner, don't die on stream today, sweetheart.
For real, because shit's tough for a lot of motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
How the fuck you just go mute your boy like that, man? I'm trying to get a point across.
Right now, it's not great now.
Oh, that's see, when you muted, G, you know what's happening? Like when you muted Sean, I had a thought that I wanted to ask, and when you muted him, it disappeared. But since he talked again, it came back. Y'all get y'all super nigga powers yet? Because he was going somewhere about hiding shit in plain sight. And I was asking, did niggas get their super nigga powers yet? And I have yet seen my super nigga powers because of the eclipse. And the reason why I'm bringing up super nigga powers is because there's a particular person online who is super woke who told me that flat earth in the center is the same thing. And I asked him, so are you a flat earth believer? No, nigga. You dumb. This is what he told me, word for word. Just because you read them books and have an education in degrees, you don't know shit. And I asked him, what the fuck, are you a flat earth believer? He's like, no, we are the center. So I'm like, okay, so you believe in super nigga powers. He said, we are going to be awoken when the eclipse came. So I'm like, okay, so we're going to get superpowers. And he said, yes. I'm asking, did niggas get their super nigga powers? So I'm going to go down the line. Lady Gunner, do you have your super nigga powers?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. Demigod, outside of hypnotizing women that we've seen over the years,
what a...
do you have your super nigga powers?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
This is public because I can say, because it's a public forum. It was on Facebook. I've seen people say we are the demi angels. I've seen it. I laughed at it and I posted it. Don't you ever
just move on. Greg, do you got super nigga powers?
So Sean got his super nigga powers. Greg, I'm sorry, CEO, do you have your super nigga powers?
Oh my god.
I do have a super nigga power.
What's your super nigga power?
For a very long time. This did not come from the eclipse, but I have the power to make people dead.
Good. I ain't get my super nigga powers. So with that being said,
could we also, along with these people, the other people that need to be dead to me, or the people that said the eclipse was the end of the world?
Those people have been dead to me since.
They dead to me too.
They've been dead. They're on the same road of people who think math has an opinion.
So, but these people essentially are more pea brain sized than the flat earthers. And let me explain to you why. And I know somebody's grandma.
Tell us how you feel.
Tell us how you feel. Somebody's grandma in the chat. I know somebody's grandma in the chat is who I'm talking about. And to them, I say, your grandma's dead to me. I'm sorry, Nana, but you're dead to me, okay? But this is what I'm talking about.
Super nigga powers.
These niggas have such a pea brain.
Oh my god, man.
They forget that there are other places in the world outside of North America and the United States in general. And the reason I differentiate North America and the United States, because some of these pea brain individuals forget that the US is the name of the country that we live in. It's not America. Because there's a South America and there's a North America. And in North America, there are two countries here. You know what I'm saying? We got the US and we got Canada. And then as you get into South America, I believe we split some of Mexico. I forget how that goes. But I'm not a geography specialist, but then I can tell you that there's a whole South America that has a whole plethora of countries in it as well. And then we can talk about other continents like Australia, and
Did you know there was a Central America?
Did you know that there's people in America who thought gravity was fucking invented?
Yes, and they're dead to me too. They are absolutely dead.
No, I need you to understand. Someone said Sir Isaac Newton created gravity.
Mm-hmm. I think I know who you're talking about. Arthur Fleck?
No, some dumb bimbo bitch said gravity was invented.
She dead to me too. You dead to me, bimbo. Too. So this is what I'm getting at. There are 7 continents on this planet. 7. You know, there's at least one form of eclipse every year or two, whether that is a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. There's always some type of eclipse going on. But these pea-brain motherfuckers, just because now it's swiping across America, which we just had one back in 2017 that swiped across a large portion of the country, because now you can see it, the world is ending. So the world's not powers. Yeah, so the world's not ending when this shit happens in South America, or when it happens in Korea, or when it happens in Kenya, when it happens in Brazil, when it happens in fucking Berlin. The world's not ending then. These people aren't getting superpowers then. There are people of African descent all over the planet.
It's the American.
It is Yeah, go ahead. Say it, Perry. Say it.
It's the American central selfishness of thinking we are the greatest of all time, that no one messes with.
We have an ego.
There's a super ego, and it bothers me because instead of looking at the entire world and looking at the eclipse as a phenomenon of what goes on in space and understanding that we are not the central of attention, we have what is it? Like a it's more selfish.
Let me fix this for you, because this was a hot topic. This was like everyone's favorite fucking word of 2023, and nobody ever knew what it fucking meant. But America as a society is narcissistic.
100%. That's what it is. That's the word I was looking for. We're narcissistic. Because when you look at, like, bro, there's no reason why people should be thinking anything else instead of the phenomenon what goes on in space and trying to further the exploration of understanding what goes on around us instead of thinking about super nigga powers. Like, okay, because this is fueling that this is going to amp up that you niggas don't know shit about boxing. Why in the fuck do they need to lie about space to you niggas that ain't gonna do shit or change your life?
Mm-hmm.
I promise you. I promise you niggas ain't gonna do shit.
So King Oops, I agree with you. We do have some issues with the American education system.
100%.
But this ain't an American education system issue, because there are teachers that teach you. And 90% of the knowledge of the world that I have came from high school, because I had a couple solid teachers that I fuck with.
Shout out Miss Glaze.
Put you on game. Shout out to Miss Glaze. Shout out to Mr. Robertson. Shout out to a couple more that I can't remember at this very moment. But them niggas put you on game. I learned the solar system. I learned the way that physics works. I learned the way that the galaxy works. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, nobody knows wholeheartedly how all this shit works. Some of this shit I learned in the 6th grade, 7th grade. What it is we lack people that have the conviction to look past a fucking 30-second TikTok, to look past a 5-second headline that you read. We lack people that have conviction to research the shit that they see.
Yeah,
and a lot of
that's the problem.
And Gray, let me go ahead. I'm sorry, CEO. I'm sorry, that's not great. It's CEO. And let me further go into that. It's people are choosing sides that they are most comfortable with without questioning their belief. So the people that I address, the Hoteps, they are dismissing a lot of the education which they were taught, which is understandable because a lot of things in our history have been whitewashed or forgotten about. But when it comes to science and breaking down things, when it comes to as far as health, things that are makes you uncomfortable, addressing your mental and growth, it's been said before, but you found a group of people that has the same ideals as you and push that narrative forward. I wonder what that sounds like. Sounds like Christianity. Sounds like the Muslim religion.
It sounds like they're dead to me.
Yeah, exactly. But people don't want to question or move things forward as a society or as a human race to be like, oh, okay, this does not work. How can we make it better? But it's been bothering me for quite some time. A lot of niggas don't know shit about boxing. It's stupid. Because you're dumb. You're stupid. You're dumb. You are an idiot. You do not understand the breakdown of what research is.
Bias.
So like I perfect. Like that's it. Now, since people don't know shit about boxing, and I don't want to go on a tangent about the educational system, people choosing to be ignorant, because if you can research things on how to get money, the dedication to getting that, you can research things about education, things you're interested in, question things that you're about, look up science, test your theories.
You know,
understand.
Telescopes are cheap, man.
This is what I'm saying, man. Like, yes, test your theories, and this is what I'm saying, because again, people look and they see, oh, there's an eclipse coming and the world is ending and the eclipse is happening and the Antichrist is here and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's not my fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like, you believe in God. Great. I believe in God. I also believe in God and understand the fact that this man is not here for the petty bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this goes a little deeper, and I think that this goes for people not looking into things the way that they should, because just like I just Googled, how many eclipses are happening in 2024, 2023, and 2022? Guess how many I found? 4 for each year.
And I have yet had my super nigga
year.
powers.
And again, the world has not blown up. There's been no superpowers, at least that we know, other than back in like what 2016 when we thought there were zombies around because niggas was smoking bath salts.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like
or back in 2012 when the Mayan calendar ended.
Yeah, and then we also find out as you look more into that, the Mayan calendar ended years before that because the Mayans, as smart as the society wasn't smart enough to incorporate in the leap day. So we had lost thousands of days already because they didn't account for the leap day. So we were like 4 years into the apocalypse already, and no one realized it. Like it's just
I've been waiting for this big rock to hit this goddamn planet for a reset for so fucking long.
It's just so ridiculous. Like if you can tell people that have never left from the Midwest because I'm just exactly the niggas that never left the Midwest, because if you go to a East Coast beach, you can see the sun rise from over the curve of the round planet. If you go to a beach on the West Coast and watch the sun set, you can literally see the sun as it goes over the curve of the round planet. Mm-hmm. Like, how is it going around? How do time zones exist if this planet is not round and there are different corners of the planet getting sunlight when we're not? Like, how are we
going backwards? Like, why the fuck are we going backwards?
Yeah,
we're going backwards in time. We are, and there's niggas online, bro. I just had this thought yesterday and this morning in my sleep, CEO. People are regressing back to survival skills. Okay,
that's stupid.
And I get it. Like, you need to have skills that start fire. But it's like they're doing that to make content to make money. Do you understand that? I'm teaching you how to survive on YouTube for content for money.
Yeah, people gotta separate the content from the creator, and it's the same thing you gotta do with the music too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta separate the content from the creator, and gotta realize what's real and what's not real. You know what
it's beef shit.
What's actual and factual, and what's fictional. You know what I mean? Like, we take a lot of fiction and want to claim it as fact. So I'm not surprised that people felt like, you know what I mean, and the world was ending and all this other BS with the solar eclipse, man. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all, because sheep are gonna sheep. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Sheep are gonna sheep. And if you know, you know. And those that know, you know what I'm saying, those that know will continue. Those that know will, elevate. Those that know will attempt to educate, you know what I mean? But if you ain't listening, if you ain't trying to do your own research, then you really just kind of following
you a dumbass
else in the trend.
And that's what it comes to. Like, I can't tell you, like, and you know that people don't do research, because how many times do you scroll through Facebook in a day and you see that one dumbass that asks a question? Maybe, how many times have we saw the Friday movie poster with Ice Cube's son? Like, I know we've all seen that at least 10 times over the last 10 years. And every time it comes up, you got at least one asshat. No, not an asshat. You have at least one ass clown who is posting it, saying, "Hey, is this real? Why don't you just, like, you as quick as you can say, hey, is this Friday movie real? As quick as you could type that into Facebook, you could just go to Google and type it in there and do the research and figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Like there's so
and then people get mad when people come at them like, duh.
Google it.
Google it.
ChatGPT that shit, you dumb fuck.
It's there. There are so many resources. There's so many resources. Like they are out there. All that you have to do is use them.
Now, if
there's so many resources.
No facts.
Now, if you have like, because this goes into our next topic, if you use your resources and be like, I have an open discussion. There's open forums when you ask questions and you want to see opinions on it. Like, Aubrey posting this entire beef track. I'm thinking it's AI, and this because it ties all in. If people are fooled by bad Photoshop, when niggas are fooled by AI and don't
AI pictures with 6 toes and 7 fingers,
or video recordings that are quite real, that looks like it in voiceovers, we as a people are fucked. But if you do your due diligence and you have people that verify and let you know this shit is real, you can correct yourself. I was heavy on the AI, and Greg was like, no, seems real, and he did his thorough research, and I went back, and I am humble enough, and I'm man enough to be like, oh, I was wrong. Let me apologize. Because I wanted to be AI so bad, not because I don't believe in the light-skinned nigga, it's because I like proving stupid people wrong. That's feed off that shit.
Research is important, my boy. Do your research is important because you can be wrong.
The thing is, I hate that phrase when it's from people that clearly have not done their research. That is like when a motherfucker don't know what they're talking about and they hit you with some do your research and their research is assclown@youtube.com. Like
I kind of respect his statement on like do your research, because if I ask for like, oh, where'd you get your resources from so I can look it up, I want to know where you got this ideal from so I can pinpoint where. I'm like, okay.
But when they say do your research, those like when someone gives you a fact and then hits you with do your research, it's because they haven't done their research and they can't tell you where they learned it from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a conversation of I feel comfortable about these people and I can relate to them. But I don't want to harp on it too long because stupid people are on this next topic as well. Because most niggas don't know shit about boxing.
They don't. And Perry, and to what you said, you came at me. We had a conversation. You said it might be AI. I'm like, I don't know if it's real. Let me get back to you. What I did some research. I came back a couple hours later. I said, hey, so this is what's happening. This was a leaked version of the reference track.
And you see our dialect back and forth?
Yes. And what I said that the real mastered version of the track is out there now. Here is the link. And the real track is a little different because in the real track, the full version of it, we didn't get the, hey, you got a song you've been holding on for 4 years, let it go.
Yeah.
Released it. We didn't get that. Why we didn't get that? Because Drake probably don't want that smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Too late. He's out there now.
But let's get to it. So this week, hip hop, like the last 7 days of hip hop has been crazy.
It's been awesome.
The last 3 days of hip hop has been insane.
Because technically within the last 7 days, like we were just here talking about the apology of J. Cole. And Perry, I'm still with you on that. I 100% agree that hip hop is about competition. I think the weirdest thing J. Cole did was not necessarily apologizing. I think the weirdest thing J. Cole did in that was hopping in to a rap beef that wasn't necessarily involving him, other than his name being mentioned, not in any disrespectful way, but in a neutral way, to be like, all right, nigga, I see you over here teaming up with J. Cole, nigga, but nah, it's Big Me, nigga.
Yeah. It was not teaming up with J. Cole, teaming up with Drake.
Yeah. No, I'm talking. He's talking to Drake.
Oh, yeah.
You're teaming up with J. Cole, nigga, but nah, that ain't no Big Three. It's Big Me, nigga. Bum.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that was J. Cole's entire claim to fame, and it's like J. Cole wasn't being addressed. And what did I say last week? What J. Cole did was like if we were all sitting at my table at my house, and somebody came in and disrespected me and my wife, and I'm sitting down and I'm quiet, and you niggas hop up to fight the nigga. That's what J. Cole did, and that was weird. So him apologizing, I know a lot of people mad. I would have liked to see the competition. Ultimately, though, it was weird that this nigga spoke up before Drake did.
Yeah,
but Nonetheless, Drake spoke up.
I think that J. Cole's diss wasn't really a diss. I think that it was a warning shot to say, hey, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. If you want to throw them lyrical bars, you want to throw them lyrical hands, I'm here for it. I think that that's what that was.
He apologized.
In my personal opinion, I think that he was also, as he said in his own little concert or whatever, that he was influenced by social media. And you know what I mean?
I think what he also
said didn't sit right with him. And if it don't sit right with your spirit, you know what I mean, then you got to do something about it. And he did what he felt he needed to do. I don't think it was apology though. I still don't think.
No,
I didn't hear. I'm saying I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I heard that's my nigga.
Did you see the whole clip?
I did. I watched like 5 minutes. So I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying, where he said I'm sorry at. But what I did hear was, I respect that nigga. I've always fucked with that nigga. I'm willing to take whatever he got, you know what I'm saying, as far as lyrical bars and lyrical sparring. I'm still down for that. But the shit that I said prior to this on the diss track about his songs not being cool, you know what I'm saying, that shit wasn't true. And if that shit didn't sit right in J. Cole's spirit because it's not true to him, and he said that on Wax in a song, I feel it. I feel it. You got to take it back.
This is my thing, and what this is kind of aiding to. Y'all saw the video clip that I dropped, right?
Yeah.
The dudes that hinted to the name of Drake's diss track 3-4 days before the song came out. So with that as well, part of that conversation as well, that previous weekend before J. Cole made his apology, because the guy Maul on the show, the black guy that I showed y'all the clip from, he's actually homies with Drake. And then one of the guys who speaks on that podcast, who's not on camera, he's just in the background. He is friends with Boss, and through being friends with Boss, he's around J. Cole a lot. So things that I know to be a fact is after Like That came out, J. Cole and Kendrick spoke the night after about it. You know what I'm saying? It was amicable. J. Cole and Kendrick speak, like, it, from what I understand, at least once a week, once every other week. Like, they speak commonly. So I think the reason J. Cole got into it, because after he heard it, he was like, yeah, bro, like, I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, yeah, nigga, like, they was on some homie shit about it. But judging from the fact that what I also know to be a fact is Maul of the Rory and Maul podcast, who used to be a part of the Joe Budden podcast, he spoke with Drake that Friday before because Dreamville Fest was, I think, Sunday night. Right. So he spoke with him on Friday and asked Drake, hey, you going to Dreamville? Drake was weird about it in his response, which he said at the time he didn't really know like what to think of it. He thought it was weird, but it didn't make sense until after J. Cole apologized. But Drake's response was, I don't know if I should go there. And he thought it was weird. Now, lo and behold, J. Cole apologizes. Now, if we know that Drake said that he wasn't going to Dreamville, we know that this song was made for them to allude to the name of the song 3 to 4 days before the song release. So we're talking about Wednesday of last week. This particular podcast episode that I'm referring to was shot on it had to be shot on, sometime before just after the Dreamville Fest, which means that they probably learned about this song or heard the song a couple days after Dreamfest, which says that it's quite possible that Cole actually heard the song before Dreamfest. And it is very much possible where Cole again said, hey man, I respect you, like you my homie, I fuck with you, that Drake showed Cole the song first And Cole was like, hey, all right, well, y'all really doing this beef shit. I'm only here for the lyrical shit. I'm not trying to air out nobody's dirty laundry. Like, I'm here for the bars. And if y'all niggas is beefing, I want out. Because when you listen to Drake's track, we know that this track, again, was pre-recorded because since We Still Don't Trust You came out, we got bars from Rocky where he's taking shots. We got bars from The Weeknd where he's taking shots. But when we listen to Drop and Give Me 50, we don't hear him make any references really to ASAP. We don't hear him make any references to The Weeknd. We hear him take shots at Ja Morant, at Kendrick Lamar, at Rick Ross, and at Future and Metro.
Slight Future. Major Metro.
Slight Metro. I mean, Metro, all he really had to say was shut up and make some.
Right. I mean, he said his name. I call it Major Metro because he says Metro's name, but Slight Future because Slight Future, he's talking about Future buying watches and shit. You know what I mean, with slime and shit. So like, I feel that. But
so that's where it's at. I think that J. Cole probably heard that song, was like, oh, like, you talking about beef, right? I'm talking about bars to see who's the best rapper. Right, you out here talking about beef. I think he didn't want a part of that, and I really think now that all the cards are on the table, we had niggas hearing the song 3, 4, 5 weeks before it came out because that podcast dropped on Monday. So that means that they recorded that Monday morning. So if they were hinting and cluing that they knew the name of that song Monday morning for a podcast that we got on a Wednesday, that means that it was well within the realm of possibility that Drake hit him up on Friday. It was like, hey, bro, check this out. And that's why I really think that's why he bailed out, because he made it clear, like, hey, I respect. And then even
because
this track, Drake says, man, I don't care what Cole say, that shit weak.
Right.
But I mean, because honestly, at this point, you choosing sides. You got to choose your side.
Yeah, you choose the sides for sure.
You got to choose your sides, and like, unfortunately, Drake feel as though it's 20 versus 1. And
is it though?
Well, it is. But let me get to the point. Let me get to my 20. Point. Let me just get to the point. Get to my point.
Go ahead.
Get to my point. Drake feels as though it's 20 versus 1. You have a lot of people coming after him. So outside of one major villain in hip hop, Curtis Jackson, we know why it was 20 versus 1 with him in particular.
Because 50 was kicking up dust.
Right. And the people that he was beefing with and their association to that particular set of people made it 20 versus 1. And we know that if you know your hip hop history and his the him versus Supreme thing, like that and everything that tied in New York, that's that New York thing. So we get that. But when it comes to Drake, these are things that built up because of his actions, that it seems like it. So it's like, bro, like, what are you really on? Now, when it comes to his track that he dropped, I'm happy. I'm happy that he said something, because everything moving forward is greenlit to what can be said. Because let's look at here. Things are now a go. You now went personal. People who are fans of Drake, I want you to understand that there are no holding back, and things will be said that you're going to not like and make you very uncomfortable. And these people are bringing receipts to this point. Hold on, G. Let me get to it. We've seen this happen before. We've seen this happen before because, again, the main villain of that I just spoke of brought receipts to this. And I promise you this is probably going to happen because we said it before the podcast. 50 versus Ross happened. And someone told me Ross won, but I'm like, how? He exposed this man to be Officer Ricky. That should be all in of conversation of street beef because you are Officer Ricky and you were exposed for who you were and things that came with that allegation. What happened? DJ Khaled came to a point and he grouped everyone together and he was able to catch a wave and ride that into success because his name attachment. This is the same thing that's probably going to happen with Aubrey with Drake when he ties in, because he can catch a wave and people will ignore the fact that he did get a male BBL. This nigga wasn't a real father. And these are things that people will clown anyone else for. But I want everyone to realize that the contradictions that are about to happen moving forward is going to be hilarious. And like I said before, there are no hold bars. People are going to say something. Because King Oops, I want to address this as well. Drake and Kendrick don't like each other. It's known, like, they don't fuck with each other. Like, it's at that point where niggas...
Kendrick is just on the competition shit. I think Drake went light skinned after the Control beat. I really do. I do. I think he went all emotional and was like, oh, he wants to kill me. I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with him. I can't be his friend. And I think since that point, subliminals have been thrown from both sides. And now it's boiling to a head.
Yeah. And I think this is interesting because King Loop says, what else could be said about Drake? You know, Meek gave us a kid, but that wasn't Meek. That was Pusha T. By the way.
Pusha.
Yeah, that was Pusha.
But
several things to be said.
So this is my thing, and this is why this is interesting. And we're gonna get out of politics of it in a minute and start getting into actual music here shortly. But this is, you say, what else could be said? We got to consider that Drake is fucking over the people that are closest to him in the industry. This week I found out that back in like 2010, 2012, when Lil Wayne went to jail for
that gun charge.
For that gun charge, Drake fucked his girl. Back in the day when we heard about Diddy slapping Drake, it's because Drake tried to go for Diddy's girl. You know, we done heard back in the day about Drake and a couple other people's. Drake is dissing John Morant over a girl. Future and Drake are beefing right now
coochie?
over a girl.
Never beef with a
like
nigga
over the white girl Bobby Altoff that he did that interview with, and she blew up and went viral.
Yeah,
they got divorced because he supposedly fucked with her. The reason that Kanye and Drake got into it over Kim,
yeah,
like there's a commonality here, and I tell you what this is, because if you look at old pictures, like old videos, like of Drake before he got on, Drake was a lame. Drake was a fucking goober, like a fucking goober.
Yeah.
Yes, a goofy goober. Like, yeah, he would have been right at Winnie Hut Jr. with SpongeBob and fucking Baby Patrick.
Fucking Degrassi Drake, bro.
Like, he was such
Aubrey in a wheelchair.
and that's the thing. Like, when Drake goes back, when I first came into hip hop, they didn't want me, blah blah. It had nothing to do with anything about you being mixed. It didn't have anything with you being Jewish. It had to do with the fact that you were fucking corny. Like, you were a fucking cornball. So I would assure you that Drake didn't get too much ass in Canada, being the corny gay best friend. Like, you was combing homegirl's hair, hoping she was gonna give you a chance one day. Like, Drake shows all the symptoms of a nigga that got money and now he getting pussy.
No, he getting it.
And because of the fact that now he's getting it, he don't know how to check who he should be cracking and who he shouldn't be, to the point where he's crashing all of his homegirls. I mean, all of his homies' girlfriends and little side pieces. And that's violating. You know what I'm saying? Like, me.
Now, let's not mince like they don't be sharing girls. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, but I'm talking about they piece, because, like, again, you and Nick, we all lived together,
right
at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we understood the concept of she's free versus that's his little booty.
Right.
And the difference between, and like a little booty might not be your girlfriend, but your little booty is who you kicking it with.
You still got a stain on there. You feel
I'm saying that like that's your name.
Yeah, and then me and Perry been in a situation where before one of my little booties pushed up on him, and we had a conversation before and after and confirmed, like, man, go for what you know, bro. And then we even confirmed beyond that.
You don't share.
Yeah. And even we confirmed after that it was a whole thing, because she only wanted to do that because she was trying to get back at me. And we sat there and we was laughing like, she think I'm bad. Like, nah, bro, you for the streets, loser.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like that there are rules, and like, so it's like
there's definitely rules to the game.
Like, you can't be doing that with the homies, like little pieces, man. Like, you can't.
And it's really too many bitches out here. Let's be for real. Like nigga,
you Drake.
You Drake, bro.
You can have anybody. Like anybody. Like no disrespect to you, Lady Gunner, but if Drake popped up in our Discord right now and said, hey, I'm about to send you 50 bands and a private jet to come pick you up. You spending the weekend with me. You going.
You're
going. Like, pause. If he hit me with that, I'm going. No Diddy, but I'm going.
Pause.
Like,
absolutely. I'm packing you up myself, Lady Gunner. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely. Like, mega no Diddy, but I'm going. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that nigga came into the Discord right now and dropped 50 bands on any of us and said the private jet is on the way, we going straight not to the airport. We're going. I'm
hopping on the diss track.
Cool. Because I don't like motherfuckers, bro. Because there's just so much shit going on.
You go up for the 50 bands, bro.
Not
like,
50 bands. I'm hopping on the diss track.
Not even. Now,
I'm going at ASAP.
Hold on. Now check this out. Now, if it was Megan Thee Stallion, give me $40. I'm gone.
$40, nigga.
I've seen. Hold on, Greg. CO, hush. Sean, we've had conversations.
I'm saying,
Sean, I know you're not talking after the shit you will do to SZA. The things you would. Sean, do you want to go there? Do you want to have this on live right now?
Needless to say, but the thing here is, like, we don't have SZA and Meg going around being greasy sleazy out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
SZA's like, why you put my name in it?
If they out here smashing the homies flings or the homies little booties or they little yeah-yeahs, we don't know. But like, Drake has that reputation and continues to carry that reputation. Why?
He's had it for a while.
Not because because they bring it up old shit, because he continues to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it don't, like, this man.
Amen, T-Will.
This man does fake shit. Maybe Meg does move foul, but we don't know a lot of that. We know the shit that happened with Tory. We don't know
I don't care
a lot outside of that, other than like little scuttlebutt. But my thing is this: my man Drake was hinting at smashing Kanye's wife at the time.
Yeah, facts.
To the point they were supposed to be homies. He hinted at smashing his wife to the point that it started to make rumors and started to make little songs like Kiki, Do You Love Me? And he's like, man, Drake, what the hell is that? And started dropping lines into things like, we got a couple Kylies, a couple Kendalls, where Kanye is like, hey man, Travis is your boy, man. You know, he just had a baby with I forget it. I think it's Kylie. You just had a baby with Kylie, bro. Like, don't do that, man. That might be looked at weird. Don't do that. Does it anyway. You know what I'm saying? He then is like, you know what? Yeah, man, my bad. You know what?
I mean,
Kanye,
didn't he buy a house near them too?
Yeah, he bought a billboard like outside of like Kanye's office to promote his album at the time that he thought that he was like petty shit like that. But even then, I say that they even squashed the beef. Hey man, you know what? Let's just squash it, man. I'm sorry, I ain't fuck with your wife. Let's do this Larry Hoover concert for Amazon. Let's unite and do it real big. They do it real big. Kanye squashed the beef. He goes the route of gospel, doesn't bring it up again, not talking no shit, not taking no shots. And what does Drake do? He start taking shots again out of nowhere. Kanye is like, man, it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna just leave it where it is. And then after they get a divorce, one of the first things he does is drop the song "Come and Rescue Me," using clips from the Keep It Up with the Kardashians show about Kim talking about the divorce, while he's singing this song about how he's rescuing some girl from a bad relationship. And then turns around that same year and goes on tour and specially invites Kim Kardashian to the show and sings that song to her while they're going through the divorce.
That's crazy.
Like, that's the type of nigga.
That's messy as fuck.
This is the same nigga that got caught texting 11 Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, facts. Facts.
When she was 14, low key trying to groom her. Talking about, and when they asked Millie Bobby Brown about it, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's my best friend. He's so sweet." Guess who else said that? Aaliyah about R. Kelly. Niggas quiet now.
Hold on. Pause. Let's put some parameters around Robert. The entire industry knew this nigga was a creep, and in the entire city of Chicago knew that nigga was pulling up. So before we continue, we have to put that out there. Niggas knew Robert was on.
Niggas knew Robert was nasty. But now niggas know Drake nasty too.
Drake is a foul nigga, but I want to get.
That's also in the same. But hold on, but that's almost also in the same season where he said, "I used to date SZA back in 2008." Yeah, 2008. Drake was like 23. SZA was 17.
Now SZA did recant that and say that he said that for the rhyme or whatever, but.
We ain't trying to hear that shit.
We side-eyeing that shit for sure.
I am not into that. I'm here for the lyrical aspect.
Let's get into the music.
And I'm here
with the politics. Yeah.
I want to say, like, Drake said something. I'm like, oh yeah, shots have been fired. I think my biggest thing, and I've been quite vocal in our chats about it, he forced Ross to say something. And people know that Ross biggest kryptonite is 50. And if you think that boy Drake is above going to go get that Negro, you are sadly mistaken. Because apparently Rick Ross' baby mama is on a tear online right now.
Yeah. And that's what I would say. Like, let's go down the list. Let's go down the list because we're going to talk about Rick Ross because Rick Ross responded to that boy within an hour.
He did.
Which is crazy.
With some heat, boy. With some motherfucking heat.
We got to Kendrick. What did he say to Kendrick? I make more money than you.
Mm-hmm.
You wear a size 7 shoe.
Yeah.
And Top is taking 50% of your publishing for your first few albums.
Yep.
Classic albums, by the way.
Yeah. My thing is, yes, classic album, of course. But anyway, my thing is this. We all knew, just like, and we said this off camera, I'm just saying this for the stream. We all knew, just like when Drake didn't come at Push, what we expected him to do with Push is the same thing we expected him to do with Kendrick. The weak ass line, I got more money.
More money than you. Yep.
And somebody tried to come at me on my post when I said that. And what I said to him was, so are we here to look at a list of net worth that's already published on the Forbes, or are we here to see which of them is the best MC? Like, we can all Google and see who has the most money. That's not what we're here for.
Right.
So I'm throwing that out the window. A size 7, cute little jab, but nobody is gonna lose a rap.
No. Because if we're talking about body parts, Charlie said, "Do people really care about male BBLs?" Well, if that's the case, then don't talk about the man's size, shoe size. So that's a jab. That's a jab. No, it's body.
No. I said it's a jab, but it's not nothing you're gonna lose a rap battle.
No. You're not gonna lose a rap battle. No.
You're gonna lose behind a BBL though.
Yeah, so
you gonna lose behind a motherfucking BBL.
We gonna get there. Because that goes back to my boy Pusha T.
Nigga went to Dr. Miami.
Look, the other thing we got was him with the so we got I got more money than you. We got the size 7 shoe. His other big line towards him again was Top Dog got 50% of your first few albums.
Bottom left corner.
Who, me?
No, Sean. He's in the bottom left corner.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, scoot over to the left. But essentially, my thing is with the Top Dog got 50% of your first few albums, which is also a whack line to me because that's easily come back. Like you act like you and Nicki and the entire YMCMB didn't sign to a slave deal under Baby for the first 5 or 6 albums of your career. Like, so it's like, okay.
Definitely
Ja
a
Morant,
slave
though.
deal.
He gonna win the Ja Morant thing, but the irony.
Ja Morant gonna shoot him. I don't know why he did that.
That's the irony of it. I was gonna say the irony of it is, out of all the niggas in this song he dissed, Ja Morant is probably the first of the niggas that's probably gonna shoot him back because we know this nigga being ready.
Man, leave that boy Christian going to school, young man
this
alone.
Nigga's car up.
Watch. Ja be cool.
Watch.
Man.
Let
Ja
him be in Memphis.
Man.
Let him come to Memphis.
This is about to turn into Diddy versus Kid Cudi. He about to blow that nigga car up.
Let him come.
Nigga gonna be singing "Come to Rescue Me" to 911.
Man, Ja cool. Ja stay out the way, bro. You decent, bro. Focus on basketball. Like,
please, Ja.
Please, because the NBA stands for National Basketball Association, not never ball again. Stop it, nigga. You play basketball.
Ja gonna write his name on a bullet and send it to him.
Man, Ja, chill,
the
bro.
NBA,
I want Ja
is about to stand for
Ja. I fuck with Ja, man. He's solid, man. Ja, cool, bro. Let my nigga be cool, man. He doing his thing. This keep it between the niggas need to be between.
So this let me I agree with you, Ray. Ja Morant is a cornball, but let me paint a picture for you, okay? Let me paint a picture for you. Drake is 37. He is 37 years old, right? And Ja Morant is 24. At 24, you get to be kind of a cornball because you still kind of figuring out life and who you are. Drake is 37, fucking 21-year-old Instagram models and arguing over a 24 adolescence man. So who's really the biggest cornball of them all here? You know what I'm saying?
Now again, let's put disclaimers out there. Beef between whoever ain't got no age. So if Ja steps into this ring, he's validating that he's a grown ass man and shit can be fired at each side. Because they try to say the things.
Instead of Ja stepped to the ring, Drake just put the nigga in the
ring. No, Ja just has to reply and go back and forth. Like
Ja's
you can't
gonna send him a bullet.
Like so age ain't got nothing to do with it. Like if Drake want to do that shit, it's on some lane. But it's like when Young Boy went after Boosie, like and Boosie said something. No, Gucci. I'm sorry, Gucci said something back. There's an age difference, but there's an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like I'm not talking about the age with the beef. I'm talking about in regards of where Ray. I think it was Ray. Yep, there it is. Ray said that Ja Morant is just just as much as a cornball as Drake. Which yes, they are both cornballs, but Ja Morant has age on his side, would kind of justify.
Ja just need a solid team. Ja need a solid nigga. Just hey, bro, chill.
He needs solid friends.
Yeah, that's it. He just need like, bro, chill. We got you. Like,
yeah,
you like need
Drake needs counseling.
Drake is at the point to where his better judgment should be his best friend, and it's not.
Funny as hell.
That is the difference.
Your homie's best
girl. But yeah, like at 37, you still doing this. Like, come on,
not your homie's best girls, no.
But back to the bars.
And you a super mega star. You one away from Michael, and you can't find nothing better than your homie's best girls. Like
that's the thing.
Wild.
That's the thing that we get.
Or grooming Millie Bobby.
Because Captain Diesel says, let's be honest, there's nothing Drake can say to win a beef because of his public perception.
That's a lie.
That's the thing, though.
That's a lie. He has the public on his side.
And that is the issue here. Because I think I talked about this a little bit last week. Or maybe I talked about this off air with some of the homies. The biggest issue with rap beef today is back when rap beef was a thing and you had like Razkaz versus The Game, Yuck Mouth versus The Game, 50 Cent versus Ja Rule, Nas versus Jay-Z, you had to know where to find it. Like you couldn't just turn on the radio and hear the Breakfast Club talking about who was it, Benny Siegel versus Jadakiss. You had to know where to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't just on the radio. You couldn't like you had to go to the barber shop. You had to, hey bro, give me that one mixtape. You got the one mixtape and it had 20 songs on it. And some of them you never heard, some of them you did, and then at the back of it was that one song. You're like, oh, this nigga talking about Jadakiss again. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, that evolved to where you had to have Sirius Radio. If you didn't have Sirius Radio, you had to be hip on things like Hip Hop DX or hiphopgame.com. You know what I'm saying? Like that you had to know where to. Yeah, you had to know where to find it. The danger of today is all of this shit is in the public for the commoners to find. You know what I'm saying? And now that the commoners get an opinion on this, cannabis versus Eminem. Yeah, now that the commoners are in here, we get shit like for instance, we like people right now are saying that Drake won the beef. Nothing that Drake said to Kendrick can even equate and this is how you can tell that people are on that casual shit where they're like, oh yeah, he said fuck the big three. That line wasn't even that hard. He said Michael Jackson didn't live as long as Prince. That line wasn't that hard. Those lines were cool. Those lines are the lines that you caught. But niggas not talking about the what was it? He said for all the dogs, that's a lot of what was it? That's a lot of a lot of nines without K's and all of this shit, which was a triple entendre for AKs, 47s, 9mm guns, K9s being dogs, and we go into the pet cemetery.
Right.
He shed on his whole album and his entire camp in a triple entendre, and niggas still ain't caught on to that. You know what I'm saying?
No memes about it yet.
It ain't none about it. And
no memes about it yet.
That is the problem, because the commoners are saying Drake won because Drake ain't say nothing complex. Oh my God. He said he gave Ross all of his number one hits. Whoa. Right. Bro, it ain't no bars there though.
Right. At least he responded though.
Yeah, so he did respond. And we get there. And I think the one person, because like you said, he made some light jabs at Future, whatever. He told Metro to shut up and make beats. Whatever. The one person that possibly takes an L in this round is Rick Ross. Because with Rick Ross, he made my favorite thing he did was the double entendre where he said 50 at the end of two different bars and then followed up and said, nigga, worry about the issues you got with, and left it blank, which 50 and Diddy both fill in that blank and they both rhyme, and it leaves it to your imagination, and both of those are a punchline. Nigga, you worried about me, but you 50 years old, but you got issues with 50 Cent and this nigga ran you. Or nigga, you 50 years old and you this old, you worried about me, but nigga, you might be attached to a lawsuit with Diddy weird ass. That is the nigga who needs to be worried out here. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
Like,
especially if you're attached to Diddy right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I said that. I said, man, Kendrick, he ain't really have much for Kendrick. He had some bars for Rick Ross, though.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't talking about that. But on that end, Rick Ross responded. Now, I feel like Rick Ross's bars were kind of soft.
Oh, yeah.
Rick Ross got his 50 Cent on where for the last verse, he wasn't rapping. He was just talking.
Right.
And what we get, nigga, I unfollowed you because you served a cease and desist to French Montana. That shit was weak.
That's
white. What do you say? A white boy.
A white boy.
You got that nose job because you didn't want a nigga nose like your dad, white boy.
A white boy.
You know what I'm saying? And what was the other one? Oh, and this is funny because I've been kind of cracking jokes about this. You know, my wife loves Drake. I've been like, man, why he keep wearing these weird ass outfits during his tour? Like, why is this nigga dressed like this?
Bodysuits.
Did you say he got a person dressed up as a dog that come on his stage in like a whole dog suit?
Maybe, I don't know.
That nigga's a furry.
He has a dude come on stage, wears a whole bodysuit as a dog and be like, "This is my dog" or some stuff. Like a person in a suit. I'm like, what gave you that idea to put somebody in a suit and have them on stage for 8, 9, 10 hours sweating?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he getting paid a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's Diddy in disguise.
Maybe it's Diddy.
We don't know. God damn it. But what I do know is like I was asked, why is this nigga dressing like this? We all know he had some issues. OVO wasn't paying Drake's fashion consultant. He ended up quitting and calling them out. Another superpower that Drake has, not paying motherfuckers publicly known, and niggas not worried about it. I digress. This nigga comes out, Rick Ross says the reason he been wearing these weird ass outfits during his show is because his male BBL is fucked up and he's trying to hide his stomach because his sculpted abs don't look right no more after they heal, which is crazy because when we call back all the way to when Pusha T came out, revealed he had a baby to the world, this nigga hit him. He said, "Hey, keep fucking with me." Snip, snip, snip.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas was like, "What is the snip about? Like, what is the snip about?
What does he mean?"
This nigga put, and you wonder why back then, because like now it's 2024, niggas are gonna be a little more acceptable. But back at the time that shit dropped was like what, like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
That shit wasn't acceptable back then. Like
it was just starting to get acceptable for the women to have BBLs around there.
At that point, Meek Mill had already exposed the fact that he had a writers. It was written by Quentin, as Pusha T said. Now we got Pusha T, who just exposed him on Sun and was threatening, "Hey nigga, say something else. I'm gonna tell these niggas that you got this BBL, nigga. Snip, snip, snip. And your boy 40 is sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he put that shit out there, and then what happened? Drake didn't respond. So and the difference is like some people say, "Oh well, y'all gave J. Cole heat, but y'all didn't give Kendrick heat." I mean, y'all gave J. Cole heat, but y'all didn't give Drake the same heat. The difference is, again, J. Cole wasn't necessarily being spoken to, and the weird thing he did was come out and say something to make a diss track in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can conject all day about, oh, did he hear the diss track from Drake and didn't want no parts when he found out this was real beef and not just rap beef? Did he feel a certain type of way? Did he really lose sleep? I don't know. But what we know for sure is J. Cole didn't take shots. He still put his diss track out there for us to hear a little bit of what he could do and retract.
Right.
Drake didn't have shit to say. This nigga went on to the Barbershop podcast with LeBron James and cried about it.
I didn't see that.
This nigga was on there. I mean, he didn't literally cry, but he literally went on. You remember the Barbershop HBO thing? He literally went on there and was talking about it. Like, hey, man, I had to rise above the hate, man. You know, I gotta be a better father. I wasn't hiding my son from the world. I was hiding the world from nigga. Shut up, bro. Tom, like, come on, man.
And again, like Charlie, like my boy, Captain Diesel, his age group and like a little older and younger are going to validate anything Drake says and be like, it's cool. And I'm not saying like him, he's just a good age target range. I'm like, they're gonna just bypass what he said. But we are in a part of hip hop because there's two things I want to address. King Oops said something that was interesting that I kind of addressed last week. People need to stop using the term beef. This is rap beef, not beef where the term was weaponized for, I think, with Biggie when he said, "What's beef?"
I don't know, bro. I think
them two, Drake and Kendrick don't fuck with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's real beef.
Like they don't fuck with. Like again, that's not real beef because beef is.
I think that's real beef, bro.
No, because it's two different. There's two different types of cultures.
Kendrick see Drake, he gonna slap him, bro.
But Kendrick comes from a culture where beef, again, because it's a cultural difference. It's a cultural difference. Beef on Kendrick's side on the West Coast is a lot more aggressive and different than niggas in different areas, people around the world. So this is still rap beef where it's a disagreement, like people might tussle, but it ain't no like, hey, it's for real. Ross, on the other hand, you're just exposing each other at this point. There's exposing at this point.
Hey, but Ross did say, like, nigga, we ain't got to do this rap shit. You know where I'm at.
Man, and I'm glad you said that, because that right there is going to get the villain of all villains to be summoned, and he gonna be on his God Emperor Doom mentality. Please get Curtis back in this. I'm telling you, please put Curtis into this.
You think he gonna say something?
I know Curtis is gonna say something, because Curtis don't give a fuck about nobody. Curtis Jackson don't, because Ross said two things in his rap that 50 don't fuck with him about. He don't believe that you this street guy, for one. Two, he don't fuck with French at all.
Oh, really?
He don't. He's been vocal about this.
Interesting.
He don't fuck with them niggas. And like 50 don't fuck with a lot of people that's on Ross' side. And 50 don't fuck with a lot of behavior that's been said or been done on Ross' side. This is a perfect opportunity. 50 is an opportunist as well. He gonna say what he think, and he gonna do what he want.
Because it looks like he's taking Drake's side, talking about all you niggas is getting cooked by a light-skinned nigga.
He's taking the side of hip-hop being aggressive again. And he gonna fuel this fucking fire until it ain't no more. I fuck with that behavior. But it's like 50 ain't gonna choose a side, because 50 gonna do what he want. He do some weird behavior.
Like he gonna choose Drake's side for real.
I mean, if there's
gonna be on Kendrick's side, hopefully we can finally get Def Jam, a new Def Jam fighting game around this time.
You funny as hell.
This would be the perfect time to get a new Def Jam fighting game.
But let's look at it though. Let's look at it. Okay. We looking at size of this is war. Kendrick has the West Coast.
Yes.
Kendrick has the West Coast. He has one of the best producers to ever do it behind him. He got Snoop. Like, he got a camp of thoroughbred hip hop heads that's gonna fuck with him tough.
Facts.
And then, by association, you know what I'm saying? Like, my enemy of my enemy is my friend. So he got Ross in them.
Mm-hmm.
And what comes with Ross, you got Khaled. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying these two. Well, Ross is DJ. Them niggas is like this.
They from the same city.
They fuck with each tough.
They fuck with each other real heavily. He also fuck with Future. He also fuck with French Montana. Like, I think that when it comes down to it, I do think that Khaled is going to choose Ross, because when you choose Ross, you get Future, you get Kendrick, you still can get Cole. Yes, go ahead, buddy. You can get all of these so-called hip-hop Avengers right now going up against Rap Thanos, because right now OVO is it, and we know that OVO is struggling to produce and promote any of their artists to be superstars. All you have is Party Next Door, and even Party Next Door, as talented as he is still a B-line at best. So he's B-list.
He ain't nothing but a clone of Weeknd.
Yeah,
but I fuck
he's Weeknd with an OVO sound.
Yeah, but I fuck with Party Next Door. It's not that nigga hits. But it's like, so when you look at it,
ain't bad.
When you look at it, and then we're looking at camps. So we got the lyrical aspect. I think K-Dot got it, and the camp that he has got it. Like that, them niggas is raw, and Ross got some points where like, oh, he decent too, and then I'm not putting French.
You heard Baby Keem? I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for a Baby Keem, Kendrick
Dad Tax
collab out. Man, I'm waiting.
And then outside of Drake, say he get Curtis, you got a well, but that's gonna be tough because Drake fucking with K Dot and 50 tough. So that right there is, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. Now if we go further into, if it goes past the rap, who got more power in the streets? People don't know this. Jay Prince got his hands on a post in the streets. Jay Prince, he validated. He moves a lot of things in a lot of different directions. He's tied in.
Drake feel like he can do
Jay Prince is tied in tough. Like the whole rap a lot, like he tied in tough. Like do your history like with ghetto boys. Like Jay Prince holds shit down. Like say what you want about that nigga is validated and he's been confirmed in several different situations. Like 90s, 2000s, like
that nigga's extortionist, bro. That's all that nigga is, bro. Like, and because he's an extortionist, he has money to pay niggas to do shit for him. But that nigga is purely and simply an extortionist, bro. That nigga ain't nothing special. He's a scumbag. His kids are bitches. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna put my name on that.
They are the reason that Takeoff is dead.
Oh,
I ain't gonna put my name on that.
And like that, I'll put my name on it because he's not gonna do shit. That nigga not listening to this podcast.
No, I don't care if he listens to it or not. It's the principle. I ain't gonna put my name on just cause I ain't gonna put my name on that. I get the situation with Takeoff was the cause of what was going on. That could have been avoided.
So this is my thing, and this is why I say this, because you got niggas like Whack 100, you got niggas like Suge that are connected, arguably equally connected. You know what I'm saying? They got different connects, but these are niggas that are all on that same plane of existence. But it'll get to a degree where Suge is gonna put hands on you. Whack will put hands on you. This nigga is not gonna put hands on you. He gonna pay somebody to go do it. But that's the thing. Like, you want to talk about hip hop Thanos? Thanos got to a point. Remember, we all got hype. He put on that Infinity Glove and said, "Fuck it, I will do it myself." That is what the hip hop boogeyman looks like. I'm gonna send these underlings. Yes, baby. Okay, baby. Yes, I got these underlings, and I'm gonna send these underlings to do my dirt. But there comes a time where I'm gonna put my hands on you because that's what I feel like it calls for. That's the nigga that you fear. Niggas like Jay Prince, when he go broke, if he go broke, you know, it's a if. We don't know what's in store for him. But a nigga like him, if he goes broke, his entire tyranny goes away. His regime is gone. That's the difference, bro.
No. I get what you're saying. It's just there's conflicting things that I'm like, okay, I understand the thing going on with like Takeoff in that situation, and there are other conflicting things, even when he does with his boxers and things of that nature. Y'all think 50? 50 he don't like Ross enough that he'll get on. He'll get on the track.
I don't know if 50 gonna get on the song, but I think
he ain't gonna get on with Drake, but he'll say something about Ross.
I think he might be featured, or he gonna like take some shots, or make like a video or TikTok or something.
Yeah. But he hasn't stopped saying shit about Ross or Prince. Like in interviews, he don't fuck with them.
He'll challenge 50 to an MMA fight at this point. He in shape now.
Who gonna challenge 50 to a fight?
Ross.
No, it's bad. Like 50 he'll beat everyone ass who ever walked to 50. Like what niggas don't, he boxed. Like y'all know 50 50 used to box.
Yeah, I mean
50 used to box. There's no 50 used to box.
A nice
not like the nigga in the hood. Like
50 used to box.
I want to say 50 Cent, not 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson's hands have been registered.
I hear what you're saying.
There's not a spar. He's whooping their ass.
What you're saying, player. I'm not doubting what you're saying. All I'm saying is based on what this nigga Ross has been doing the last year and a half, getting in the gym and shit, showing off his jab skills and shit. He is just as likely to challenge this nigga 50 to a fight as 50 is to fuck around, hop on a track.
So you're saying it's unlikely. That's what you're. That's please say you're okay. Cool. Because when I'm thinking fighting, I'm like Ross better not. So like used to, he still do. That nigga's a bully. But yeah, man, I'm interested. Long story short, of our Gucci. Entire.
Yeah, I would like to see where Gucci's
out the way. Gucci out the way.
You think? I mean, Gucci gonna end up getting dragged into it one way or another.
Nah, Gucci out the way, man.
Wayne's gonna get dragged into it one way or another.
Gucci staying out the way. Gucci, that nigga, he did fed time, bro, and he was like, niggas snitched on me that I thought was homies. Like, bro, I'm cool. Yeah, Gucci out the way. I don't think
Gucci.
I mean, but if we keeping it rap,
third party shit.
If we keeping it rap though,
but Gucci ain't lyrical enough to do the rap beef. Gucci do street beef.
That's the street. Like he'll say something.
Shots at when that nigga was taking shots at Jeezy, he was taking shots at Jeezy and sending niggas over there to shoot at Jeezy.
That's
the difference.
Yeah,
Gucci out the way.
That nigga Gucci ain't out here about because to a certain extent, all of this rap shit we said last week is WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what a lot of this shit is, bro. Is pro wrestling.
Because leave Gucci, Gotti, any of them niggas in those respected camps that they're related
21
to.
21 ain't hopping on. 21 just did a tape.
The only person that can rap and keep shit separated is Curtis. That's it. He is the anomaly. He is the changing factor. The nigga, Curtis is the changing factor because one, he can pull up by himself. He can pull up by himself and he gonna handle his own fucking business. This nigga's validating a lot of different circumstances and the nigga can spit. That's the difference between all this. Curtis gonna pull up and he went up to Jadakiss and D Block and talked to them niggas solo. And they know how they get down over there. All right. A lot of these cats like Gucci and them, like they're gonna take that shit personal. Like, bro, this rap is cool. But get me involved, bro, you got to be involved with shit that I used to be involved in and say something on my name, and then we can take it there. And them niggas have now more or less let that shit go unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. And King Oops said it. 21 got to pick a side. That nigga's in a weird position. He just got off a tour and made more money with Drake than he's probably ever made this entire life. And on the flip side of things, we know how heavy he fuck with Metro. We know he fuck with Future.
Facts.
Like that. If anybody's in a weird situation out here, it's 21. And notice he ain't said nothing.
Leave that shit alone.
Young Thug in a weird situation.
Young Thug is figuring out jail shit. So don't.
Young Thug ain't got to worry about shit. That nigga need to worry about his life. Like he got going on.
Fuck, he got to worry. Like I hope he free Thugger, but bro, no. But overall, like I'm happy for hip hop. It's a good conversation. Lady Gun over there suffering because niggas is talking rap and baby girl.
I'm learning. Like I love music, so I just listen to music. So this is kind of like it's like knowledge. I don't know. I don't like.
Right. That's what I told you. Go do your Yeah, that's why I told Lady Gun go do your homework because she thought J. Cole was this kumbaya, always loving cat. I'm like, no, he talked his shit. Cole used to talk his shit. It is just
talk this shit.
Not even used to. He's still
talking shit. Like that's what I'm saying. He's still talking
shit. 7-minute drill is more than just the diss track, y'all. And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm just talking to the public in general. Like 7-minute drill is more than just the diss. Like the whole project was fire. You gotta listen to the whole project. You know what I'm saying? The whole project is fire. This man still has lyrical mitters.
That track with Daylight on it. Oh
my
god,
that shit's heavy.
Bro,
I ain't talking this shit.
The man still has lyrical mitters, and I don't care what anybody says. He's still gonna be in top 5 of modern hip hop artists. He's gonna be in the top 5, regardless of how you feel about the apology, regardless of how you feel about the beef. This man is going to be in the top 5 of lyrical hitters in our modern hip hop society.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think that because there's one way that lyrical beef has never been addressed before, and it's unfortunate because the way that I think would have benefited for all of them to get this done without hurting anyone's legacy is they do an EP. You get Kendrick. You get essentially you get the big three on one EP. Y'all do 5 songs. Y'all do 2 songs that you guys work on and y'all collaborate with, and then each of y'all has 1 song that y'all do and y'all send it to the other one to just throw a verse on there. You know what I'm saying? And y'all put that out 1 track a week and let niggas vote. Like, hey, who killed it? And at the end of that 5th week, when the 5th track comes out, you just drop the EP. You know what I'm saying? That I think would have been a way to like handle this from a diplomatic aspect. But shit, it's up now.
Yes, it's up.
So
it's up.
I know we could talk about this all day, but we got to get Lady Gunner to sleep because I see we losing her. Like her eyebrows is turning gray.
Knowledge. What I do?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're not doing nothing. You just a fly on the wall, and I love it.
Right.
So let's go here. Let's just go down the list. We in round 1, and so I'm gonna go down the list. I'll start with you, Sean, because on my Discord window you show first. Round 1, Drake versus Kendrick. Who won?
Kendrick.
Okay. Drake versus Future and Metro. Who won?
Future.
Okay. Oof. Drake versus Rick Ross. Who won?
Oh,
that's the tough one.
That is the tough one. Are we counting the entire track, or are we just counting lyrical content?
We're talking about what was said between the niggas. Which one hit harder?
Then Rick Ross. Drake is 0 for 3 right now.
All right. So there we go. You know, we let's throw a consolation here. Drake versus Ja Morant. Who won?
I mean Drake. Drake won, but Ja Morant, as soon as he fires off shots, he's gonna win that one. So.
Oh man, right? Because he gonna shoot the nigga.
Leave my nigga
Drake ain't shooting at nobody.
3-pointers.
Leave my boy
Drake
Ja out of this, man.
All right,
leave my nigga Ja out of this, man. That's my nigga.
Lady Gunner, I'm gonna ask you because do you feel comfortable enough to give an opinion? Because I know you still learning, so I'm not gonna press you for an opinion if you feel like you still a baby out here.
It's only my 3rd day out here. I can't.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna drop them in the Discord though. I'm gonna drop it in the Discord later.
That's fair. And I'm gonna just give y'all my recommendation right now. It is okay to say that you don't have enough information to have an opinion. It is so fucking okay. Yeah. So Perry, you're next on the list as you at the bottom of my Discord window. Okay. As we go down the list again, Drake versus Kendrick. Who won first round?
Tie. Ooh. Well, because Kendrick, it was a warning shot, and this like Drake, this is the first reply. Like this is like, all right, nigga, now what's up? I have to hear Kenny's first legit track. Okay,
that's fair.
So I gotta say that.
All right, so we got Drake versus Future and Metro. Who won?
Drake, just because how he came at Metro was kind of funny. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Shout out to Big Drums. That was funny.
Like that. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Drake versus Ross.
Drake. Like what Ross said was hilarious, but them 50 bars, nigga, were like
never in my years that I think clever. Perry would vote for a light skinned nigga.
Well, it's just because the boogeyman. He said his biggest boogeyman. Curtis Jackson is his boogeyman. And I'm like,
all right, I'll be back with my votes in a second.
Yeah, that's just me, y'all. Because like, when you look at like Drake, I didn't expect him to say anything because he didn't say nothing to push him.
Right.
He said something to everybody.
Not everybody, but most people.
Most people. Well, the main cast of, in my opinion. Yeah. So. Him and Kenny threw. How can I say this? In more sense, like Kenny threw out the call out. and someone responded. I think Kenny's Bud, and I think Drake Spence. So Bud been saying like, nigga, let's go. And then after Drake lined up his ducks, and from what people say he won against, now he's confident enough to go against this nigga that people think ain't got no dubs. It's K-Dot. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. Let's get in the ring. Now I have to see at this point. The next one, I mean, at that point with Future and them, it's like, who got the most hoes? And like, Future said, don't. That's not my bitch if she ain't got an AP on it. I label my bitch with APs. So I'm like, this is true. So I'm just like, who got the baddest set of bitches? Like the main crew,
not mine.
You know what I'm saying? Like who got the A team to go to Figaro Street and get the money? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to see that. You know what I'm saying? Who can hit the track? And then Ross and them, like people know, like Ross cool, but I'm always going against Officer Ricky.
Okay, that's fair. So to finish out the round here, because so far it really, I feel like in round one, we talk about bars and credibility. I got to give it to Kendrick for Drake versus Kendrick. When we talk Drake versus Future and Metro, I'm giving it to Future and Metro. The reason I do 100% agree, Shut Up and Make Beats was hilarious. Or Make Drums, rather, was hilarious. He didn't really get anything off on Future at all, really.
Or Metro.
But my thing is, I mean, but at least he said something to him. But my thing is, when you talk about Future, if you want to talk about this being Hip Hop Avengers versus Hip Hop Thanos, Future is essentially Nick Fury, because through Future we've gotten ASAP Rocky now. We've got fucking Weeknd. We got Kendrick. Like these niggas are essentially Metro. This is the wave that Rick Ross, that Nav all rode in on is Future. So like he is the Nick Fury of this shit. Like so that goes to say something. And then lastly, when we talk about Drake versus Rick Ross, this one I'm conflicted on. I'm gonna give this one a tie. Simply because I think that Rick Ross's bars were really kind of soft. I think that he didn't rap wise, he didn't have much for him. He had that same thing that what we expected from Drake to do to Kendrick and Pusha T, which he never directly addressed, was the whole, oh, I got more money than you. We got that from Rick Ross, him owning multiple business and properties. Hey, I got more money than you, which I feel like is never going to work in a battle of rap. Like it just does not work. Like that's shit that fans bring up because they're not skilled enough to have a legitimate conversation about it. Right. But the bars that we got from Drake were top notch. They were top flight shots being taken. But on the flip side of things, when you talk about your diss track as a whole, the shit that you talk after the raps are done absolutely counts. As we learned from 50, a lot of 50 Cent's beefs weren't necessarily won because of his rapping ability. It was one because of the shit that he was talking. Officer Ricky wasn't him rapping. Officer Ricky was what he said once the rap was over. Him inviting Rick Ross's baby mama to go on a shopping spree happened, on thisis50.com.
Do y'all know why that shit was? That shit started between them.
I don't remember. But even then, what was it? What was the other thing? When 50 Cent fake going to the hospital and paid money to have an ambulance come pick him up just for him to say he listened to Fat Joe's album and caught noise cancer and had to go to the hospital.
Bro,
that shit, like that nigga 50 Cent, like shows that when it comes to this rap beef, it's not all gonna be on the track. Like sometimes I need to kind of refocus here if I can. but sometimes that shit happens off the record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what 50 kind of showed. You know what I'm saying? So, but for that purpose, goddamn it, I got a tie because Rick Ross talked that shit, but Drake had the bars. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on it.
All right.
But yeah, he beat Ja though. He beat Ja Morant.
He beat Ja. All right.
I'm nothing on that Ja Morant.
And you're right, Ray.
Singing a diss. A bye week. He got to go get some ammo real quick. You know,
singing a diss is next level. So I'm gonna have to give that to Weeknd just because singing a diss is just next level, bro.
But before we saw
ASAP saying that he fucked his baby mama, like bro, I got the chick you want and I crashed your baby mama before you had her. You mad, bro? That's wild.
That's crazy.
Like he brought up his son. He said, "I fucked her before you birthed son." Like,
damn,
that's disrespectful. But I guess we don't have to wait till round 2 to see what he says about that. You know, so we'll see.
Hopefully, they don't let it boil over too long.
My focus is just broken right now. What did y'all do to my camera while I was gone?
You bumped it when you got up.
Nigga.
Oh, did I really?
So what's your recommendation?
Lady Gunner, you go first.
No, I'm gonna go because I'm already here. We already talked about this.
You were looking at your phone.
We right here. You know what I'm saying? We
Jesus
right here.
Christ.
And I said this. I'm gonna say this shit
that's going on.
again. I'm gonna say this shit again. Okay.
What's wrong with him?
It's okay. It's okay to say you don't know enough to have a motherfucking opinion. And if you ain't smart enough to know that you don't know enough, be smart enough to shut the fuck up. Next. I'm done.
You're dead to me. I'm scared.
They are dead to me. You're right.
You're dead to me. All right, next recommendation. Chop chop.
My recommendation is watch X-Men 97. So that jump was kind of live. You're gonna be emotional. You're gonna feel some things that you don't want to feel, and you're gonna have random lines popping up in your head. But it's really good. I will recommend that 100%.
The GOAT.
He said the name's Gambit, mon ami. Remember it.
All right.
The final boss, Greg, is CEO Gregory Pennyworth. There you go, Ray Clark.
My recommendation is look at this K-Dot versus Drake situation as Spence versus Bud. You should know how this shit is going to turn out.
About to get real ugly. Who are you calling Spence?
Drake.
You calling Drake Spence? Okay.
Yeah, because that's if you look at it, that's what everyone loves. He has all the critical acclaim. He has the support system behind him. Niggas knew about, if you knew about the sport, niggas knew about Bud, and we
knew about Nud
with Bud and
knew about Kendrick that both had to get it out the mud. I think that is a really good analogy.
Yeah, and we had this conversation. I was like, yeah, Spence gonna go hard. Until I start doing homework on this nigga Bud, I'm like, wait a minute.
He moved different.
And then I got to the second round. I'm like, oh, this is bad. If you watch the fight, we all know how this shit turns out. I'm just here for entertainment purposes. Go ahead, G. Demigod, what's your recommendation?
I just have a couple shows y'all should watch.
Oh, give it to us.
Fallout is one of them.
Fallout,
please.
Yes. Kaiju number 8.
No, you do not know, because I've been telling y'all niggas about this manga for months.
Kaiju number 8.
Sean, say thank you.
You need to watch it.
Sean, say thank you.
You need
say thank you.
The first episode dropped what, Thursday?
It dropped last night.
Sean, say thank you.
Listen, I've been waiting on Kaiju.
No.
Yes,
How long has Perry said y'all niggas need?
I've been waiting on Kaiju number 8.
Thank you at the anime academics for putting niggas on. You haven't missed.
Right. Before we start, leave the rap beef and get into podcast beef in here or anime beef. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go through the list. I want to thank everybody that pulled up today. We had a solid turnout. King Oops, Ray, I seen T-Well to Don, my homie, your homie, Ziana, Captain Diesel, and anybody else who I missed because I refreshed and I don't have everybody on the list. So I do apologize. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world this Sunday morning into the afternoon, but y'all was here with us, and that means the world to us. So with that, you're dead to me. You also
Damn. Oh, and Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, has picked up the second part of their second season. You need to catch up. My boy,
he's dead to me in the show.
Why did you mute him?
He's dead to me.
You need to catch up. Catch up on my boy Rudius. You know what I'm saying? He has some erectile dysfunction problems at the end of the first part of season 2. What? We got
okay. Now, what the fuck is he?
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please be on the lookout on our website.
Mushoku Tensei, baby. You better check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Be on the lookout for our announcement. Monday, we are going to start the marketing for our fighting game tournament happening in 2 weeks on the 27th. And then we have, look on the website. I'll have that link posted. You'll be able to sign up starting on Monday. There might be a prize. I just have to have a meeting, but I'll make that announcement moving forward. And with all that being said, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And we're out of here.
I got pee.
Control your